Hello, and welcome to Cheese Puffs and Gravy. It's been a while since I sat in this chair and did a video. My last video was the Dan and Phil corruption video a couple months ago, and this is actually the long-awaited, much-anticipated follow-up video to that video. Yes! But before we start in on the Dan and Phil subject, as always, it's cheese puff time. And that is my first cheese puff in quite some time. And you know what? I missed them. Yeah, I did. They're actually pretty good. So anyway, let's talk about Dan and Phil. Now, the last video I did was about how my daughter was obsessed with Dan and Phil and how many of her friends are. And she was just kind of, taken by the aura of Dan and Phil. Now, since that video, she had ventured out to see the Dan and Phil book tour, the whatever it's called, the show they put on. She went to see that back in, I think that was April, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe May. I think it was April. And I didn't get a chance to go to that show because I was going to, but what happened was, it was the day of the show, the morning of the show, and there was a van that pulled up in front of my house and had a big D on it and a big P on it. These two guys came out, rather ominous looking people, and they had a box. And inside that box were tiny little vicious attack hamsters on leashes, and they held me at bay and would not let me leave the house. And so my wife, her mom, had to take her to the show. So I was stuck at home to do nothing but fear for my life from these attack hamsters, apparently trained by Phil to kill on sight. So that's why I didn't go. So my wife and daughter went, her mom. And I had periodic updates via text messaging of what was going on. And she had a great time. When she got there, she was excited. When she was there, she was excited. And I was getting these little text message updates of what was going on. And I could tell that she was having a blast because my wife kept telling me how much fun she was having, which is pretty cool. So with that said, let's show a little bit of the pictures my wife took at the event, and we could talk about those as well. And here we go. There are the tickets right there. The tickets for the Dan and Phil amazing tour is not on fire. $126 for the meet and greet VIP tickets. Wow, expensive, but isn't that picture lovely? And there's my daughter with the blue hair, by the way. She's the blue-haired one with an animal girl, an actual animal girl raised by tigers as a child and still sporting the whiskers. And apparently blue is a popular color because there's more blue-haired people in the back. And here's a whole bunch of happy Dan and Phil people. Look at them all happy. The woman in the back could not be bothered bending down. And the girl in the back showing the peace sign is actually 65 years old. Yes, apparently liking Dan and Phil retards the aging process. Pretty exciting. And here is the infamous meet and greet photo. Dan being the tall one and Phil being the other tall one. And there's my daughter in the middle looking very awkward and help me. It's like an abduction photo. It's like they're trying to kidnap her and somebody snapped a picture. And here's a close-up. Look how happy Dan is. Look how happy Phil is. Look at my daughter. Help me. They're trying to kill me. They're abducting me. But no, that wasn't the case. It's a very cool photo, though. It's very, very cute. But there's that picture right there. And then here is the infamous autograph that she got. There's Dan, looking like the word Dan. There's Phil. I don't know. Kind of looks like Phil. And apparently that's a sailboat underneath the word Phil, with his but he forgot to do the whole boat. But it's kind of like saily-like. And here is the Totino plate, which is from the Italian restaurant Totino's. That's actually not true. That is the amazing tour is not on fire acronym. And that is the plate they issued out to all the people who came. But you know what? You'd think they would have given them a more sturdy plate. This is going to turn to plate vapor in 2 years. But anyway, unless you laminate it. But there you go. There were all the pictures right there from the amazing tour is not on fire from Dan and Phil. So there you have it. All the pictures from the event of the year, according to my daughter, the Dan and Phil event. And as you can see from all those pictures, everybody there had a great time. My daughter had a blast. It was one of the best days of her life, according to my wife. She said the whole time she was there, she had this look on her face of pure joy. And she said the people there, all the fans in attendance, were also just this happy bunch of people who were just experiencing all this fun. My wife described them as a happy little cult. And hey, that's not a bad thing. There are happy people just having a blast, having a good time, and seeing people that they love. And that's what it was. That's what it was. So how could you not appreciate that? When my daughter came home, she said to me that she had the best time of her life. It was the best day of her life. Now, as a parent, when your child tells you that, and that event did not involve murder, robbery, arson, or anything illegal, and it was the best day of her life, you have to respect that. You have to appreciate that. And it's good to hear as a parent that your child had a great time. I mean, that is what parents are here for, to make sure their children have the time of their life while they're kids. And she did. She had that. And so Dan and Phil, props to you, because you brought a whole bunch of joy in a giant ball and just dumped it on the fans, and everybody there had a blast. Now, in the past, I had said that I was going to pelt you guys with cheese puffs, but I'm not going to do that. That's silly. But I'll call out the cheese puff attack on one condition. You get rid of these damn vicious little hamsters. They're everywhere. I mean, they're running through the floor here. I'm feeding them cheese puffs. They're vicious little monsters. So if you get those back in the box, get your van back up here, take them out of here, I will call out the cheese puff attack. Guaranteed. So, but instead of a cheese puff attack, how about if we try something different? Here we go. Ready? Oh, wait. Excuse me, I locked that down here. Okay, how about instead of a cheese puff attack, let's do this. Let's toast. Let's toast a cheese puff toast. I have cheesy residue on my fingers. You know, when you do this with cheese puffs, you get cheesy orange streaks on your pants or shorts, and it's unattractive. You know, you go to the store and somebody goes, "Hey, that guy was eating cheese puffs." So here we go. Ready? A cheese puff toast to Dan and Phil for bringing joy and happiness to all their fans on this book tour. This cheese puff is for you, Dan, and half of it's for you and half of it's for Phil, but all of it's for me. Yeah, wait, no. I can never talk and chew this thing at the same time. It's like paste. So bear with me. I know I should have like music playing in the background for this, like the Jeopardy theme song. Do 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 do. All right, there you go. Jack Cheese Puff is for you guys. Thanks for bringing all the joy and happiness to all your fans, and especially for giving my daughter the time of her life. Until next time. Oh wait, I'm gonna be doing stuff with cheese puffs. I blew it up with a firecracker, so check that video out. But I also have other plans for these cheese puffs, so keep checking this channel, because there are going to be some really cool things I'm going to do with the cheese puffs. Nothing filthy, so to get your mind out of the gutter. It's going to be fun stuff. So keep your eyes peeled for more cheese puff fun. Have a great day.